So finally, I've come across the Budu, this thing, which is a modular case, and I'm actually very excited to do this review, mostly because it's quite useful. Now the Budu case, the name is short for B-U-Do-U, and it's pronounced like voodoo, but instead of a V, it's with a B. Now, if you're running a gauntlet of different cases for different uses like I do, you seriously need to consider getting a Budu case and a couple of accessories or several accessories. Honestly, the Budu just makes my iPhone that much easier to use in my everyday life. Right off the bat, the modularity of the Budu comes from the 4 small magnets on the back of the case. Accessories easily clip into the back with 2 magnets, while the mounting accessories snap directly onto the magnets. There are a plethora of different accessories you can get, but I'm particularly fond of the kickstand ring plate, the folio case, and the car mounts. Now, I'll elaborate why in a bit, and I'll also do a comparison between the Budu, the OtterBox Universe system, and the Mophie Force Hold system. For my Budu case review, I've given this case a score of 4.48 out of 5. This is one of the highest rated iPhone 7 cases I've come across, and would score higher if the case was officially drop rated. If you need more info, check out Budu's website, and depending on when you're watching this, do help them out on their Kickstarter campaign.
Real usage, real reviews. mobilereviews.ca.
At mobilereviews.ca, Monty and I base all our reviews on actual usage, and with Budu, they sent me a lot of accessories, and so, well, Monty and I had to go use them all. And I do have to give props to Budu for doing that, because it gives me a really good sense of what the product can do. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to go through my usual for case reviews and then really focus on the accessories as well as comparing against the other modular case systems. For design, the Budu by itself is a thin and light case, but overall weight and bulk will change depending on the accessory that you are using. The case fits quite well together, as with most accessories that I've used. I will note that a bunch of these accessories are prototypes, so what you're seeing in this video and what you might get might be different, but I can guarantee you they're probably going to be better based on my conversations with Budu. Attaching the accessories is as simple as inserting the top lip into the back of the case and letting the magnets attach. Removing the optional accessories is as easy as getting your fingernail under the plate at the bottom corners of the case. The front edge of the Budu case is quite large, so the entire setup won't slide around easily. And because the edges are large, it helps with the texture and one-handed usage of the iPhone. I didn't have any issues with the wear and tear of the case. When it comes to protection, the Budu case isn't drop rated, but they claim to have dropped it up to 8 feet successfully. I personally would have no problems watching my iPhone suffer through day-to-day accidents in the Budu case. The case fits the iPhone tightly, so dust and debris won't be an issue, though the bottom edge of the iPhone is exposed, which means you can use it probably with any docking system that you have, but I'm still very wary of having that edge exposed during a drop. The edges of the case are high enough to keep the screen off a flat surface, even with a screen protector. For functionality, I didn't have any issues accessing the buttons on the iPhone. The thinness of the case doesn't impede the camera or the flash, and the edges do not get in the way of accessing your touchscreen. One-handed usage is decent despite the slick back due to the large rubber edges along the edge of the case. But if one-handed usage is your thing, well, there's an attachment for that. When it comes to extra accessories, Budu has a wallet, a folio, a suction mount, a vent mount, a bike handle mount, a ring kickstand, anti-gravity mount, an armband, and last but not least, custom plates. Now, every accessory here will cost you between $20 and $30, and the cases themselves will cost between $50 and $60 for the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. Now, for the Budu case, my favorite setup is going to be the ring kickstand, one of the car mounts, as well as the folio case. This folio case is great. And all this together will be about $120, which seems steep. But when compared to what it's going to be replacing, so it's going to be replacing a $35 to $40 loopy case. It's going to be replacing a Mophie Overture, the leather wallet case, which is about $50–60. So that's about $100. And it's going to be replacing one of my Speak and Cool car mounts, which runs about $30–35. So it's in the same ballpark in terms of all the products that it's going to be replacing. But at the end of the day, with the old products set up with the loopy and the Mophie, I'm still getting 2 cases and a car mount, whereas I'm getting 1 case and a bunch of accessories. So $120 is still maybe a tough pill to swallow, but I'm going to show you why it's going to be worth it. First of all, Budu's attachment system takes the best of the OtterBox Universe system and the Mophie Force Hold system. The OtterBox Universe system is incredibly secure, but harder to swap accessories in and out as everything slides and clicks in. Whereas in the Mophie Force Hold, everything is easy to swap, but everything can fall off easily. For the Budu, it's basically a hybrid mechanical magnetic system that is easy to use and relatively secure. It's the best of both worlds in my opinion. With that in mind, I love how I can quickly swap between accessories. It is a case that truly allows my iPhone to be whatever I need it to be. On the way to the office, I need my iPhone to mount easily and quickly in my car. I really don't need the wallet, so I can just pull off the folio and snap it right onto the car mount. I can't do that with a traditional wallet case, but I can with the Budu. Once I get to the office or once I get to a mall or a shopping place or grocery store, all I do is just take the iPhone off the magnetic mount and snap the wallet back onto it, and I'm good to go. Now, once I'm done at the office and back home, I don't need to have my wallet on me at home, so I can easily take it off and use the kickstand plank to reduce hand fatigue when I spend hours on Instagram watching people do Olympic lifts. If I'm cooking dinner, I can easily use the kickstand function, or I can attach the anti-gravity mount and voila, my iPhone doesn't get lost in the pound of cabbage I have to chop up. It's just a neat setup because, well, I can easily go from a one-handed use case to my wallet in a matter of seconds. And even if I'm using a different accessory, I still have a wallet. Like it's like I have two things, but I don't. It's cool and confusing at the same time. So that's the Budu case. And again, as I said at the beginning of the video, it just makes my entire life simpler. Everything mounts together so quickly. The car mount system works. The wallet system works. It's hard for me to believe that it's taken this long for something like this to show up. Like it's pretty cool. Price is a little steep, but still pretty cool. Worthwhile, I think, for people who just, it's a no-nonsense setup. So that's all I got. Questions, leave them in the comment section below. Again, check out their Kickstarter page if you like what you've seen in this review video and you like what you see on their Kickstarter campaign, considering helping them out. Because stuff like this, it just makes sense to me. That's all I got. It just makes sense. Thanks for watching.